Imagine pulling your truck into the shop yard on a quiet Saturday morning. The crews are home, the saws are silent, and the golden morning sun is washing over your fleet. You look at three immaculate chip trucks, two premium wood chippers, a shiny compact articulated loader, and a row of clean, organized gear lockers. You look at all that heavy iron, and you feel a profound sense of accomplishment. You think to yourself, look at what I have built with my own two hands. This company is worth a fortune. If I wanted to retire tomorrow, or bring in a wealthy partner, or sell this business and move on to the next chapter of my life, I could easily walk away with a massive pile of generational wealth. But then, a sophisticated investor or a corporate representative from a massive national tree care conglomerate walks into your shop. They do not look at your shiny yellow paint. They do not care how fast you can climb, and they do not care how beautifully you prune the champion oak down the street. They sit down at your desk, open up a laptop, and look directly at your financial books and your operating systems. And within 10 minutes, they look up at you with a cold, professional expression and say, "Your trucks are clean, my friend, but your business is completely worthless without you standing here to run it. If you step out of the canopy, the whole tree is going to fall over." That is the ultimate heartbreaking wake-up call for a veteran arborist. There is a massive structural difference between owning a highly profitable job that requires your constant sweat and owning a truly valuable, sellable business enterprise that holds massive equity on its own. Today, we are talking about building a sellable canopy. We are going to look at exactly how professional investors, private equity partners, and corporate buyers calculate the real value of an arboriculture company. We are going to step completely away from the vanity metrics of just owning big machinery, and I am going to guide you by the hand through how to organize your books, write down your standard operating procedures, and structure your assets so that your company becomes a self-sustaining, cash-flowing machine that can be sold, traded, or passed down for a premium price. To transform your tree company into an investment-grade asset, let us break down the three major operational shifts you need to execute starting today. The first major shift is cleaning your financial core and exposing your true Heartwood profit. In the regular corporate business world, accountants and investors use a heavy academic term called EBITDA, which stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. But because we are arborists, let us call it your Heartwood profit. Think about the anatomy of a massive, mature hardwood trunk. The outer layers are the sapwood and the cambium, which constantly move water, sap, and daily nutrients up and down the tree. That is your daily revenue and your cash flow. It is active, it is messy, and it changes with the seasons. But deep inside that trunk lies the heartwood. The heartwood is the dense, solid, undisputed structural core of the tree. It doesn't move sap. Its only job is to provide absolute structural strength to keep the canopy standing upright under the immense weight of a storm. Your financial books need a solid core of heartwood profit. Too many amateur tree care owners make the fatal mistake of running their entire personal lives through their business bank accounts. They use the company card to buy family groceries, they run their personal boat fuel under the company gas account, and they take lavish family vacations and label them as business travel just to minimize their tax liabilities at the end of the year. While your local tax preparer might smile at that strategy today, a corporate investor will look at those messy, tangled books and run away as fast as they can. To an outsider, those personal expenses look like internal decay. They make your business look completely unprofitable on paper. You must work with a specialized trade accountant to scrub your financial books completely clean. Stop hiding your personal life inside your company trunk. Separate your personal wealth from your corporate reality. When your profit and loss statements show a crystal clear, undisputed, and transparent record of high-margin net profit, a buyer can see the true structural strength of your financial engine. They will gladly pay a massive premium for a company that has a pristine, verifiable record of making money cleanly and legally. The second shift is transforming your personal expertise into standardized rigging, which means writing down your standard operating procedures. In our trade, we understand that a high-safety crew doesn't just improvise when they walk onto a property. You do not just guess how to tie a running bowline. You do not guess how to set a friction block, and you do not guess how to safely notch a heavy trunk. You follow standard rigging physics. You use engineered systems that work predictably every single time, regardless of which groundman is holding the lower line. Your business administration must be rigged with the exact same mechanical standardization. If the secret formula for your company's success only exists inside your personal brain, your business has zero enterprise value. If you are the only person who knows how to estimate a job, the only person who knows how to handle a customer complaint, the only person who remembers to grease the chipper bearings on Friday afternoon, and the only person who holds the relationships with your commercial clients, then you do not own a company. You are simply a slave to a business system that will break the exact second you untie your saddle. You must start building a comprehensive written playbook of standard operating procedures. Document every single repeatable process in your organization, from wheels rolling in the morning to wheels parked at night. Write down a clear step-by-step manual on how your team performs a morning truck safety check. Write down the exact script your office helper uses to answer the phone. Document the precise safety parameters your crew must follow when setting up a drop zone near a public roadway. When you take your 30 years of elite trade knowledge and lock it into a standardized written system, you are building an operational asset that can run flawlessly without you. An investor doesn't want to buy your physical labor. They want to buy a predictable, repeatable business machine. When you can hand a buyer a complete corporate playbook and prove to them that a newly hired manager can step in, open that manual, and run the company smoothly tomorrow morning without your presence, your business value shoots straight up through the top of the canopy. The third and final shift is cultivating deep, resilient taproots through recurring contract revenue and pristine asset management. Let us look back at the root systems of our trees. A tree that relies entirely on shallow surface roots can grow beautiful leaves during a wet, rainy summer. But the moment a hot, dry seasonal drought hits, those shallow roots dry up, the soil cracks, and the canopy suffers immediate dieback. To achieve legendary size and strength, a tree must sink a massive, deep vertical taproot straight down into the earth, accessing permanent underground water reserves that never dry up, even in the dead of winter. In the marketplace, one-off residential tree removals are those shallow surface roots. They are transactional, they are unpredictable, and they require you to constantly hunt for new clients every single week just to feed your daily burn rate. Corporate investors and large conglomerates do not care about a business that survives on random storm damage or one-time backyard removals. They pay the absolute highest valuation multipliers for companies that possess deep taproots of recurring contract revenue. This means you must deliberately shift your business focus toward multi-year commercial retainers, homeowners association and maintenance agreements, municipal utility contracts, and recurring plant healthcare preservation programs, which we mastered in our earlier episodes. When you can show an investor a digital dashboard proving that your company has $300,000 in locked-in, contracted revenue that is legally guaranteed to hit your bank account over the next 24 months through automated billing, you have built a goldmine. That predictability completely eliminates the risk for a buyer. On top of recurring revenue, you must maintain a pristine, unburdened asset portfolio. Keep your fleet modern, clean, and meticulously serviced. Maintain absolute documentation of every oil change, every hydraulic line replacement, and every certified boom inspection for your bucket trucks and cranes. Minimize your toxic business debt. An investor wants to buy a powerful, healthy fleet that is ready to work, not a pile of broken, rusted iron wrapped in high-interest bank liabilities that will strangle their cash flow. When you combine locked-in recurring revenue with an immaculate, systemized fleet, you create an unstoppable market force that holds massive independent equity. Building a sellable canopy requires a massive shift in your personal ego. It forces you to stop taking pride in being the indispensable hero who saves the day on every job site, and instead find your pride in being the master architect who builds a flawless, self-governing business mechanism. It is the ultimate test of your maturity as an entrepreneur. Let us secure the core lesson for today. True business equity is never measured by the sweat on your brow or the heavy iron in your yard. It is measured by how seamlessly your company can grow, profit, and protect itself when your boots are firmly and permanently on the ground. Here is your homework assignment for today while you are driving down the highway or heading back to the shop tonight. Pull your truck over safely during your next break. Look at your current business operations and ask yourself this single, brutal question. If you got hit by a rogue log tomorrow morning and you were stuck in a hospital bed, unable to speak or write for 6 full months, would your tree company still be generating clean profit and running safely next Monday morning? If the answer is no, identify the single most important task you currently perform by yourself and write down a simple one-page step-by-step guide so that someone else can handle it this week. Stop being the anchor line that holds your company back. Build your sellable systems, value your legacy, stay safe out there on the ground today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.